Picture this. It's a Friday night and a restaurant manager is just staring at a completely broken schedule. A chef called in sick literally hours before a fully booked service. Or imagine a hotel hosting a major international conference and they suddenly realize right at the last minute that they need 20 extra waiters. Meanwhile, on the other side of town, you've got capable, verified workers constantly refreshing their phones, waiting endlessly for opportunities that just aren't coming through. Welcome to our explainer on The Broken Shift, Fixing the Temporary Staffing Crisis. Today, we're unpacking how a completely fractured system is finally getting fixed.
Look, if you run a business, you know this exact sinking feeling, the absolute panic of last-minute shortages. When a team member doesn't show up, what usually happens? You're thrust into this chaotic scramble. You start calling previous workers one by one, nobody answers, so you drop desperate messages into massive, noisy WhatsApp groups. If that fails, you're stuck dialing expensive staffing agencies, and while you're doing all this, your permanent staff is overstretched, your customer service is taking a hit, and you're bleeding revenue, all because you're short on your team for today's shift.
Okay, let's dive into this. Finding reliable workers is just harder than it should be. The way people work is fundamentally changing, right? Millions of people want flexible, shift-based employment that actually fits their lives. Students who want evening shifts or parents who need flexible hours. But the infrastructure to connect these ready workers with the businesses that desperately need them, it's been completely stuck in the past. It's honestly a massive failure of infrastructure, not a lack of available talent. The old way of doing things is basically defined by panic hiring. It relies entirely on opaque, manual agencies, informal labor brokers, and those endless WhatsApp chains where you're essentially hiring in the dark. You're just crossing your fingers and hoping the person who shows up is who they say they are. But the ZiloShift way replaces all that chaos with speed, verified professional profiles, and completely transparent matching. You seriously don't have to choose between protecting your service quality and dealing with last-minute panic anymore. And that brings us to the real game changer here. ZiloShift is a technology platform that helps businesses quickly find verified temporary workers while helping workers access flexible job opportunities. Think of it as the core operating system for modern, flexible employment. This isn't just another generic job board meant for weeks-long hiring cycles. It is built specifically for live, urgent staffing needs, where speed and trust are absolutely non-negotiable. So let's move into exactly how the platform works to deliver this incredible speed without the guesswork. The workflow is incredibly seamless. First, workers easily create a profile right on their phone, adding their primary roles and certificates. The second step is absolutely critical: identity verification. Using official IDs like the Ghana card, the platform confirms exactly who the worker is and issues a digital verification badge. Step 3 uses intelligent location-based matching, meaning data flows instantly to connect nearby, available workers with businesses. And finally, Step 4 is confirming the shift. Both parties get clear digital notifications with reporting times, locations, and responsibilities. The data just flows beautifully, stripping out all the friction. A massive part of why the system actually works is the ZiloShift profile. You see, this isn't just some static, dusty resume, it's a dynamic, living record. It tracks verified identity, sure, but it also tracks completed shifts, GPS-backed attendance, and reliability history. Every single time a worker successfully completes a shift, their profile gets stronger. It literally turns a worker's availability and reliability into a highly visible, hireable asset. For a venue manager, this is a living trust signal. You aren't just getting a random name and a phone number, you're getting a proven track record. Now let's shift gears and look at how this model is empowering flexible workers. The numbers here brilliantly illustrate one of the most powerful advantages of the whole platform. In the traditional, informal staffing world, manual agencies or brokers can skim a massive, often hidden, 30% deduction straight out of a worker's earnings. ZiloShift flips this completely. They use a totally transparent worker fee of just 7%. The economics are completely visible, finally pulling workers out from under exploitative middlemen. And when you drop that fee from 30% all the way down to 7%, the real-world impact is staggering. It results in an estimated 33% take-home pay increase for workers using ZiloShift compared to traditional agencies. I mean, really think about what that number means in real life. That extra 33% directly impacts a worker's ability to pay rent, cover daily transport, buy food, pay school fees, and support their families. It is literally national worker income recovery happening at scale, which perfectly summarizes the whole ethos of the platform for the workforce. More opportunities, more flexibility, more control. Workers, whether they're hotel staff, retail assistants, event stewards, or healthcare support workers, can just browse available shifts directly, see the pay up front, and maintain total autonomy over their schedules. They get to work with dignity, arriving at venues feeling confident and fully prepared. All right, let's flip it around and talk about reliability from the business side. For a manager, ZiloShift acts as a dependable operating system that literally keeps the day moving. You can fill gaps quickly when someone calls out. You can track GPS-supported clock-ins and clock-outs so you always know exactly who is on site. You're hiring workers with verified IDs, which drastically reduces no-shows. And most importantly, all of this protects your customer service. You don't have to sacrifice the rhythm or the quality of your business just because your schedule broke. Now, what's really interesting here is how the platform aligns its pricing with a business's success. The company-side service fee actually drops from 18% down to 12% as monthly shift volume increases. This is brilliant because it rewards repeat demand. Companies posting 50, 100, or 200 plus shifts a month aren't just regular customers. They act as liquidity anchors. It highly incentivizes businesses to use the platform as their default staffing layer, which then provides a steady, reliable stream of opportunities for the workers. Let's look at the launch plan, specifically the Ghana beachhead strategy. The strategy isn't to just launch globally on day one and spread way too thin. The goal is to win the local market in Ghana first, starting in dense areas of Accra like Osu, East Legon, and cantonments. The aim is to replace opaque intermediaries with a trusted, mobile-first marketplace. Ghana has the absolute perfect mix for this: a young population, dense urban service sectors like hospitality and events that have huge, high-urgency staffing needs, and a culture where mobile money and mobile-first operations are already just a normal part of daily economic life. So the crucial point to understand is this: the real competitor isn't just another slick app. The real competitor is the current messy stack of manual agencies, informal labor brokers, and WhatsApp group hiring. ZiloShift is fighting against an entirely broken cultural habit of hiring. It's replacing the chaotic phone call chains and those reused, completely unreliable lists with a system based on absolute proof of vetting, attendance, and performance. Which brings us to the big picture: building a truly connected workforce ecosystem. This is the grand vision beautifully distilled. Businesses, workers, and technology working perfectly in sync. Every single interaction on the platform, from a worker verifying their ID to a business posting a shift, all the way to the final digital payout, is designed to reduce delays and completely eliminate uncertainty. Each completed shift becomes part of a worker's professional history and a company's hiring experience. It's the human side of work, fully supported by a clean digital interface that makes every future hire faster and significantly smarter. And that brings us to the ultimate takeaway of this explainer: ZiloShift. Staff the shift faster. You can check out the platform for yourself at ZiloShift.com. The temporary staffing world doesn't have to be defined by panic, hidden fees, and unreliable cover anymore. The technology exists right now to bring dignity back to flexible work and operational control back to businesses. So the only question left for managers and workers alike is this: will you stay stuck in the past or upgrade how you work?